In the quiet town of Whitehall, amidst its aging buildings and cobblestone paths, stood a curious landmark, the Echo Library. It was an architectural marvel, a grand edifice, dating back to the 1800s, ornately embellished with Gothic designs. Its primary allure, however, was not its structure or the vast collection of books it held. Instead, it was the mysterious echo that permeated its halls. Many would come to the library and enjoy the books, the architecture, but only few would listen for the echo. It was said that the echo would carry a conversation from the past, whispers of long-dead scholars and readers. Yet, it was not the same echo you'd hear each time, but different fragments of conversations that had happened within its walls. Centuries ago. As an anthropologist, I was captivated by the cultural enigma this represented. I decided to document this phenomenon, hoping to perhaps decipher the remnants of the past captured in these echoes. I arrived at Whitehall, greeted by the imposing sight of the Echo Library. It was even more impressive up close, its ancient edifice seeping with a peculiar magnetism that drew you in, evoking a mix of awe and an indefinable unease. The echoes were faint during the day, buried under the everyday rustle of pages turning and hushed conversations. I patiently listened, documenting every echo I could discern. It was strange, the echoes were never random sounds, but rather coherent sentences like listening to one side of a telephone conversation. Nighttime, however, was when the library truly came alive. After hours, when the library was devoid of patrons, the echoes grew louder, clearer. It was like being in a room full of invisible people engrossed in their conversations. The echoes ranged from academic discourse, political debates, to personal confessions. Over the days, I got used to the disembodied voices, until one night when I heard something distinct, something unsettling.
"I know it's here! It must be found!"
The words were spoken with such urgency, laced with an undercurrent of dread. It was the first time the echo felt so deeply personal, as if hinting at a dark secret buried within the library. Intrigued and somewhat disturbed, I decided to delve deeper, staying overnight in the library to record these echoes. As days turned into weeks, the voice grew more frantic. Each echo seemed to build upon the last, narrating a spectral story.
"They must never find it! Only I know where it is! They can bring it in!"
The atmosphere in the library had started to shift. The air grew colder, the rooms darker. The echo's desperation was almost tangible, chilling me to the bone. It felt as if the library itself was communicating with me, leading me to something. One night, in the echo's silence, I found a hidden door behind the ancient history section. It led me to a room untouched by time, filled with older, possibly forgotten texts. On a wooden table in the middle was a single book, bound in faded leather. An overwhelming sense of unease washed over me, but the academic in me compelled me to pick it up. The book was filled with cryptic symbols, diagrams, and writings in a language I didn't recognize. Yet, strangely, as I skimmed through it, understanding dawned upon me. The book was a chronicle of some sort, outlining a prophecy about the end of the world, a devastating event brought by a book. The very book I was holding. I understood then, the echoes were not merely remnants of the past. They were warnings, desperate pleas from the librarian who had hidden this cursed book. I was meant to find it, to make sure it never falls into the wrong hands. Haunted by this revelation, I too became a part of the library's lore. I remained, guarding the book, living with the echoes of the past. Over time, I became the echo, warning the future.
"I know it's here. It must be found. They must never find it."
Even now, when you step into the Echo Library, you'll hear whispers of my story, echoes of my mornings. Listen closely, tread lightly, for there are secrets here that must remain buried in the echoes of the past.